Dr. Oliver Duncan.
Do I know you?
Do you know me? Well, that's a good one, that is. My goodness, that's an annoying little beep, 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 isn't it? You know, I finally figured it out. Your mind's as sharp as the day you were born, you old devil. 15 years of pretending. You fooled everyone. Except me.
You're as sharp as ever, aren't you, Anton? The best assistant I ever had.
What I want to know is why. We were on the threshold of discovering a whole new alternative energy. Harnessing the power of fusion, and you feigned senility, forgetting everything. Half that work was mine.
Haven't you ever wanted to meet God, Anton?
Certainly. But I'd like to think that I could choose the place and time. What the hell's this got to do with anything?
That attitude is exactly what I'm talking about. You choose the place and time. God put us on this earth to live within it, not to dominate and squeeze it dry. Finding the secrets to fusion power is just a band-aid on a gaping wound. How can we expect to handle fusion power until we learn to responsibly manage the resources we were given by God?
My beliefs extend to what I can grasp, not some intangible something that may or may not be watching over us all. Cold fusion. You discovered it, didn't you?
It's all up here.
I knew it. I bloody well knew it. Where's the research? Come off it. Even I don't believe that you could keep all that work in your memory.
Oh, Anton. Back when we first started, you were a brilliant technician. You were loyal, trusting, a fine lieutenant. But I always worried what would happen if you started to think for yourself.
You make me sound like Graham. I'm not sure if you intended it as a compliment or not.
It's no compliment. Your brand of science disgusts me. Up here, Anton, where you can't get to it. Now leave me before I call hospital security.
Very well. But sooner or later, you'll be released. One way or another. This really is an annoying sound, don't you think? Don't you wish it would just stop?
The swamp is my world. It is who I am. It is what I am. I was once a man. I know the evil men do. Do not bring your evil here. I warn you. Beware the wrath of Swamp Thing.
do you want, Graham? Can't you see I'm up to me elbows in Simmons?
I just got off the phone with Sheriff Andrews. He's curious as to how you want to handle Oliver Duncan.
Well, I just left Oliver not 3 hours ago.
Yes, sir. The doctor already thinks it was natural causes. So do you want the sheriff to cover up?
What are you talking about, Graham?
You mean you didn't kill him?
Of course not. I had plans for Oliver.
Sir, you sure you didn't, kill him and maybe it kind of, slipped your mind?
I did not kill Oliver Duncan. He had something I wanted. Research. Oliver Duncan would never have destroyed his own notes.
Already you search for the spoils of your work.
How do you do that?
I'm warning you, Arcane. What you did to Oliver Duncan will not go unpunished.
I didn't do anything but pay him a visit in his last hours.
Don't mock me with your lies.
It's the only thing that gives me any joy these days. Now stop bothering me or I'll...
A locksmith looking for work?
Actually, I was picking the lock. My name's Anton Arcane, and you are?
Louise Brenner. I'm, was Oliver Duncan's stepdaughter.
Oh, my goodness, I am terribly sorry. Do you know, Oliver never even mentioned you were in town. Your loss, well, suffice it to say that the world has lost the brightest candle of hope.
That's very nice, but it doesn't explain.
My unorthodox entry. Well, the truth of it is that Oliver had some research of mine. I was hoping to retrieve it. I thought the house was empty. Oliver was very close to me. I was probably the last person to speak with him, you know.
I'm sorry. I left my manners in New York. Won't you come inside?
Oh, I don't want to intrude on your time of grief.
You were picking my lock and you don't want to intrude. I could use the company. Good. It's going to take me days to go through everything in the estate.
Well, you must let me help you. Packing things up, cataloging old papers. Oliver meant a lot to me, you know. You don't remember me, of course, but quite some time ago, when I worked for your father, you were going off to MIT, and I carried your bags to the car.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That was a long time ago.
Oh, don't think anything of it. I'm just glad you didn't take me for a burglar just now.
Burglars don't drive expensive Harleys.
Good ones do.
Not to work. Did my father say anything before he died? What were his last words to you?
He said, drink to my health. It's a pity, really. He was quoting Picasso the night Picasso died.
For days, nobody visits, so now I should open a bed and breakfast. Excuse me.
I talked to him a couple of days ago. I'm very sorry.
Ah, young Kip, how are you?
What are you doing here?
I'm a friend of the family, here to offer what help I can.
If there's some money my father owes you for work.
No, I was just gonna do some fix-it work, but, maybe I better stay around a while.
Would you mind it if you came back another day? I mean, I'm not really in the mood for distractions. You understand.
All right. Now, if you need anything, you call me. Kip Boat Rental. It's in the book.
I will. Thanks.
Do you know what you need? A nice dinner and a stroll around humor. You know, it's a dreadfully peaceful place. Puts me at ease. Of course, the correct company would be mandatory.
Well, how about dinner here? It might do me some good to get into the kitchen for a while.
Splendid idea. 8-ish?
7:30?
7. Till then. You! I don't know what you think you're playing at with this beeping noise, but I want it stopped. Do you hear me?
You don't make demands to me, Arcane. If I had it in my power to end your miserable existence, you would have been dead long ago.
Well, I would argue the point that you do have it in your power. But morality prevents you, I suppose.
But not you. Oliver Duncan was a good man, a man who had many more years left in him.
For the first time in my life, I'm in the uncomfortable position of defending my innocence. I did not kill Oliver Duncan. Now, would you please stop this infernal heart monitor beeping?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Perhaps it's the guilt of your own act that's haunting you. Or perhaps it's Oliver's revenge for his death.
I did not kill Oliver Duncan!
Do not harm Louise. I'll be watching you.
They put people in jail for that. Besides, I have no intention of harming that young, innocent girl.
Damn you, Oliver! Where did you hide that racer? I didn't come all this way just to kill you for nothing! It doesn't really matter, you know. You told me all about Anton Arcane, and I'm sure he has all the answers I might need to finish the fusion problem myself. And when I'm done with him, I'll send him up to you. Ah! Stop it! Damn it! Oliver, stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop, please!
Dr. Arcane? I finished separating the spinal cord from the...
Ah, Graham. I'd like my motorcycle brought around front, please.
Yes, sir. I'll see to it immediately.
Good. It's cologne, Graham. I do wear cologne.
Maybe it's just the intensity.
Buzz off!
We won't be doing the spinal experiment tonight?
No. Put it in the fridge for the time being.
But ideally, it should stay at room temperature to avoid cell disruption. I'm sure that woman can wait an hour or so.
Graham, I do tend to lose track of time on occasion, so if you could just inform me the precise moment somebody put you in charge. If I can find Oliver Duncan's research on fusion power, the spinal experiment will be irrelevant. To do that, I must gain his stepdaughter's trust. Of course, securing her affections is a worthy goal in itself, but, I don't know, Graham. There's a certain je ne sais quoi, a certain something, a certain simpatico I feel for this woman. Perhaps it's a love of the arts, who knows?
Why don't we just knock her out and drain her brain cells? We've done it before. It works. No mess, no fuss.
Graham, motorcycle, go.
No cologne.
Yes. That was absolutely marvelous. Yeah, it seems odd to me that the best seafood I ever tasted came from the little hands of a beautiful lady from New York.
Your flattery is showing, Anton. Besides, New York has seafood.
Yeah, but fish sticks is considered seafood with a small s. One of the few benefits of living in humor is one learns to appreciate seafood with a capital S, mind you. It's the one bright spot on an otherwise dismal canvas.
Nicely put. I take it you don't like humor.
Well, I suppose it has its place in the universe. It's not really where I choose to live.
No? And where would you choose to live?
Right now, the southern coast of Mallorca. The damp air and the crisp smell of the Mediterranean. The moonlight playing on the water. And a lover to share it all with.
My.
Well, what about you? Where?
Oh, right now, I think I'd just like to be in the past, when Oliver was still alive.
Huh. Well, I can understand that.
When I was a teenager, I'd come home late from dates, and I'd see his light on in the office. So I'd go in, and he'd be hard at work. But I knew he was really waiting up for me. And when I'd accuse him of it, he'd bluster and deny it and show me all the work he'd done that evening, as if I were going to understand all those formulas and equations. You know, it's funny. Just the sight of an equation or formula brings back such wonderful memories.
Well, that shouldn't be too hard to recreate. I mean, assuming you've found some of his work around here.
No, not really.
Not even a diary or a notebook or something.
Oh, that's right. You did work with him. I bet you know a lot of his work already. This sounds silly and completely bizarre, but do you remember any of the work you did with him?
Well, perhaps. But I would need some of his previous work to refresh my memory.
Oh, well, there is an old notepad. I think it's in his office. But seriously, Anton, you don't have to indulge me.
No, it's no trouble at all. Fetch your notepad.
Well, I feel silly, but okay.
I did not kill you, so you can stop that infernal bloody noise. Say hello to the Almighty for me if you wish. You've got yours. But give me the fusion power research. You're not going to need it where you are.
Here it is.
Now, there's nothing familiar here. Simple chemical computations.
Well, I couldn't find anything more elaborate. Here. You and Oliver were working together when his mind went. Start there. Write that.
I don't think all this dwelling in the past is good for you, Louise.
Oh. Then you don't feel like doing it. That's okay. I just thought it would be nice.
Well, all right. Let's see what I can do.
No, that's not it.
Excuse me?
That's an old diatomic resolution formula. Certainly you and Oliver didn't waste your time on that. No, that's all wrong, too. Start here. I have a photographic memory. Besides, I'm not all that unfamiliar with molecular fusion theories.
I think I better be leaving.
Yeah, did I say something to offend you? Oh, Anton, I'm so sorry.
You can stop the Shakespeare, love. You're smarter than you make out, and that bothers me. Now, I think it's time to stop this particular charade.
Anton, you can't leave me. I'm so alone.
Frankly, my dear, well, you can fill in the rest.
You're not going anywhere until you tell me what you know about Oliver's work.
Nice shot. The gun's unnecessary.
Damn you! Stop that beeping!
You can hear it, too.
Shut up and sit down. Write down everything you and Oliver found out about that fusion formula.
I suspected you knew about that.
My stepfather was a brilliant man, but not very well versed in the realities of the world. That research is worth billions.
You killed him, didn't you? You killed him for the research, and when you couldn't find it, you came after me. Simpatico, my...
Whatever. Just right. You're dead. You know that? Stop it! Oh, I really wanted you to give it to me, Anton. I kind of liked you in some perverted sort of way.
Look, I don't have the research.
Stop it!
Louise, you know your father's habits. I know his science. Together we...
No!
Louise. young Kip. Before we get into it, I didn't kill her.
I talked to Sheriff Andrews. He told me what happened.
Oh, I suppose it's all right to do your fix-it stuff now. Bloody hell, I thought it was over with.
What are you talking about?
Oliver, he got her, now it's my turn. Oh, you can't hear it because it's not you he's after.
Batteries are dead. That's what I came by to fix yesterday. See, when these things die, they go like this. Once the battery's dead... I don't know. He just started laughing. Something must be funny.
With all this death, you seem to find it very amusing, Arcane.
Come off it, Holland. Can't you see the irony? It's the most amusing part of our feeble human existence. Haven't you ever wanted to see God, Holland? Well, you'll have to change your attitude. It's all up here.
Will, throw it in the fire.
Give me that!
The justice of the swamp takes many forms. The magic of the swamp is unlimited. But in this case, justice required no magic at all, except that magic of a guilty heart.